So before we even go far, let me start with the caption. 3 of my staffs are planning to resign at my back. I don't think people resign in your front because I've been in business for 8 years. There's only one guy that actually resigned, and then he did it in my front per se. So he called a meeting, we sat down, he was like, hey, what's up, I got a good deal somewhere else, and it was a really good deal, and I was happy for him, right? He did it the right way. So if you are an employer and you don't have that mindset that this is going to happen at some point, and then from the caption I can see she thinks it's a really bad thing that people are resigning at your back. But people will resign, and most of them will not tell you, though it's wrong, but yeah, it's a thing that happens, and personally I don't take it personal like that.
Okay, 3 of them, yeah, they don't have work, like it's very, very dry, and they're not paying anything for them, and not for waiting. So did you remind them that they signed the employee agreement form that stated if you want to give 1 month notice? No, the answer is saying it to me. I was about to go outside. I don't see anything. I just keep on getting. Please, let me call them.
So yeah, like I think people forget about this part. So when you're hired, usually it's like 2 weeks or a month, depending on the company. Some companies even do 3 months. I've only seen people who work in like big companies actually take it serious. So usually, if you are not able to give that 1 month notice, you are supposed to pay your salary. In a lot of cases, so you pay them. So if your salary is 200k, you pay them the 200k if you want to resign ASAP. So if you don't want to give notice, but I want to even see why are they resigning behind our back, 3 of them at the same time. So let's find out.
Business will
I can feel the tension in the room. The tension in the room is strong. Even this lady, it's really affecting her that she had to put her head down. Like the tension is mad. And then she snitched to other people. Very interesting. I think it takes a lot of courage to do that, if you can call that courage. Yeah.
I'm sure whatever that we're going to discuss here, right? Chidera told me something, and I want to understand what we are the 3 of you discussing. People should not ask me stupid questions. What do you mean by you this morning? What were you discussing outside?
Yeah.
People were not discussing anything.
So, madam, the thing is here. Not be something that they hide again. The thing is here, madam. Me, I'll talk my own. I don't know for their own. Madam, I don't tire. Every day, person will just walk out for us. Come here, come sit down. Just they look each other in the place for. No, I don't be able to carry me come here now.
So this is a real thing. So I don't know if she pays them well, but people mistake, like people think people want to work in a place where there is no activity. Like for example, one time I was talking to one of our staff and I was like, hey, what's up? Why you leave your former company? Like, yeah, I wasn't really doing anything. Now, a lot of people think ideally, right, what everybody wants is a place where they are working and they are not doing anything, but they are paying them. But in reality, that's not true. People actually want to work. It's why whenever I see employers talk about how lazy people are, maybe you are really hiring the wrong people, but people actually like working. But they like working in places where their work shows results. So nobody wants to leave their house in the morning and come and just not do anything and get paid. There's only so long before our soul starts searching for something, because one thing work does for us is give us a place to express ourselves. And if you're not creating a work environment that does that for people, stuff like this will happen to you where everybody wants to resign because it's boring, it's not challenging, they come to office, there's really nothing going on. So you have to make sure your company culture gets people working, and if possible even make them work very hard, because people enjoy it. When they work hard and they see results, people actually enjoy it, especially the kind of people you want to work for you.
Yeah, I mean, they plan to tell you, not be saying someone another thing, and they plan to tell you. So then I now go see talk their own, they talk, but I not talk my own. I won't come out. Customer not come. not be say that.
When you came here, Chief, let me start with you first. When you came here, I told you bluntly that this is a new business that we're still trying to build. And there's no way you expect customers to become like an old business. And you agreed to work with us. You signed the agreement that before you resign, you're going to give 1 month's notice. But now you are calling yourself meeting that you want to resign as in at my back. Are you planning to come and tell me later or I don't get it?
More. Like this confrontation is crazy. There's something I can't stop looking at, this Atomic Habits book on her table. Because what I'm thinking is, has she read it? If she has read other books? Because if you know what you are doing in business, you would not do something like, because what she's trying to do now is guilt trip. So you can't force somebody to do something. I'm not saying what the employees are doing is right, but you can't make people do what they don't want to do. He has clearly stated his concern. Nobody cares. Let me tell you something. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck if your business is just starting. Now, if you want your staff to care about the business, you have to give them reason to. So what's the reason why they should care about your business? Like, it's something I see a lot of people. Guy V pushes this thing a lot. He's like, see, if you think they are going to work as hard as you are being delusional. So if you want them to care, why? So what I do understand is she actually paying them salary? Because she's paying them salary, why can't she just hire new people? Like, why all this drama? You could just hire new people. Or she's the problem. Maybe she's the problem because she knows that if she hires new people, they will do the same thing again. Because I don't understand if you are paying people salary and they want to leave. Because it doesn't seem like she's very concerned about the notice thing. She's concerned. I feel like she's using that to deflect. But if she's paying them money, you can hire somebody else. At least you can even sit down with them and negotiate and say, hey, what's up? I know you want to leave, but see, guys, it's going to be hard for us to get somebody else. Okay, I know you don't want to do 1 month. Can you do 2 weeks? I'll pay for the 2 weeks. Stay. And then they'll probably stay because these people look like the way he's talking, it seems like he will be willing to negotiate because it doesn't seem like he has gotten somewhere else. He's just tired. And this thing can also come from when you don't have a very good environment for people to communicate their frustration. So now it's pent up to a point where the best way they can communicate their frustration is by actually threatening to leave, or in this case, maybe leaving. And I'm curious to hear what the other two ladies have to say.
I
But I told you guys, and you can't agree to. You can't just tell me you want to resign. Then you just like.
My former place, madam, I don't know how much they make for here.
This is not your former place.
Even though at least
Your former place. How long have you been working there? How long have you been? This is just 3 months. Have you 4 months?
I knew money will come up. I was wondering that they cannot be making money and just wake up one morning and say they want to leave. This is why. So where we started company, there's one culture. I keep saying it, and I will make sure I always say it. We're not family. We're not family here. We are business partners. So your job as an employer is to make sure the people working for you are making money. Now, your job as an employer also is to help them grow too. Now, this one you need partnership from those you are working with to let them know, okay, these are my expectations. Because they say you can take the horse to the river, you cannot force it to drink water, but you are supposed to help them with a growth plan. Because if people are not growing in your organization, they will leave. And in fact, what I find interesting about that growth is it's not even just a money thing, it's also a skill thing. Where even if you are paying somebody more money and they don't feel like the environment is competitive enough, or they're actually growing as a person, that they could see that, oh, last year I could not do this, now I'm actually doing this. If they don't see that for a long period of time, they will actually leave, even though their money increased. So, yeah, they're clearly not making enough money. I don't know if they are on salary or commissions, but let's say you are building a sales team and nobody is selling, they will leave you. Everybody wants to make money. She's true that I started this business, she needs to make money. Don't expect people you called to now be sympathetic. I don't know, why would you want them to be sympathetic enough to just do the work for free, or for whatever they clearly are not okay with how much they are making. So let them go. If you cannot find people who can do the work for the amount you are paying, increase how much you are paying. It's not the employees' it's not their responsibility to keep your business running. It's your responsibility. So if you don't have money to run a business, close it down. And then if you don't have the money, you can offer shares. This is something actually you can do. I remember when we just Think Through Tea. We actually did offer shares to some, and it cost fight too. We're paying salary and we also offered shares. And then one day, one of the guys who offered shares, we offered him 5% of the company. 5%. And this nigga woke up one morning, I was like, he doesn't want it, he needs cash. I was like, but the company is not worth anything now. And he was like, no, we need to pay him that 5% right now. If you value the company now, it's at least, in fact, for tax purposes. But my point is that 5% would be worth over 50 million at least. And I know the guy has not even me. It doesn't make anything close to that. You can offer that, and that's when you know a founder that actually reads and learns. So if you want people to work for you for free, give them a part in the business, because that would at least justify why they should work for free. If not, go for who you can afford. So there are people that would probably do that job for 70k. Maybe it's a job of 200k. You can get an intern for 70k, 80k and train them. It's one of the things we use in scaling the business, where at the beginning when we could not afford all the best talents, we get people that are driven, passionate and train them. And then we can take them from zero to where we want them to be. And then it didn't cost us a lot of upfront capital. So you could do that. But what you don't do is emotionally treat people to get them to work for you. That does not work. It's not even a strategy that works. That's the funny thing. It doesn't work. So what is she giving this PA? Like you get business, they do like this. What is it they give you? Just what she too should go quit. They should update us later. This one said go quit. Because if it didn't day. Maybe it's emotional, maybe it's her sister. But that one, relationship is there. Oh yes, that's another thing. You can actually use relationship to keep people in your company, which is you create a culture that is so interesting that people stay for the culture, which is a real thing. And we deliberately built that in company, right? Where we design a culture where people will like to work in the company. So in cases where we have challenges, hopefully, at least I assume people will stay, but I understand if they don't. Let's say for some reason we can't pay salary for like 2 months. If somebody come and say, Bright, I can't do this anymore, I'm not going to go, but you see what was now. I understand. You have bills to pay. But if you have a culture that is interesting, that people actually want to stay, and it's something that you don't need money to build a culture. You need to be conscious about it, and you need to deliberately build a culture. You can say, okay, I want a culture where people work for me and they're just so happy, they enjoy working. They can stay for that. And then when the money is not all that, they get better offers. They can say, okay, I really like this place, I'll stay for it, because people like working in places where they enjoy. But this place does not even look like where it's fun to work. And then there's no money again, so I don't understand how this is supposed to work.
You know, that one is my concern.
You say put yourself in her shoe. Okay, let's see. You should put yourself in their shoe. They clearly are spending money, they need money. Hey, don't want to make use of the door now. What is there? Is there a time you are supposed to use the door? When you see how I'm advocating for these people. This is the same way I advocate for firing people that are not a good fit in your company. Yeah, like they want to make use of the door, allow them to go. Like this is not North Korea. It's only North Korea you cannot leave when you want to leave, because the government is tyrannical. You are not running North Korea as a company. So you can't force people to stay where they don't want to stay, or worse, emotionally blackmail them to stay. So the same way, if you want to fire someone that is not good for your company, I will not beg you to not fire the person. So fire, everybody has free will. So if you have free will to fire them, they should have free will to leave.
Why you the better? I don't want to do the better.
I don't even know, now they're just fights. I think there's a part 2 of this video. But there's something she said, I'm just like, yeah, that's far right, you don't want to work for you. She's like, are you okay? Are you mad? Yeah, employer of the year. It's a common thing in Nigeria where I'm not saying I'm a saint. I used to get angry too, right? But I don't think I go as far as, are you okay? Are you mad? Over anything. And there's clearly no diplomacy in this whole video. Clearly no diplomacy, no culture, and the need to emotionally blackmail people. That one is so interesting to me. Like when she was making the video, she expected sympathy. I'm not going to give you sympathy personally. Other people can sympathize with you, but I won't. What I would do for you is this: you need to read a lot of business books. Like if you're a business owner, you're watching this and you're pissed, you should be pissed, because this should not be happening. You need to watch a lot of business books. You have Atomic Habits on the table. Go and read your Next 5 Move by Pachibet David. Go and read Lean Startup by Eric Rice. So Lean Startup will help you start your business and be frugal enough to see it till it works, instead of vibe and hiring people. When we started the company, at least when we started Ghetto Style, we're hiring only students because students were who we could afford. And we made it work. I remember the first time I had to hire somebody, my first hiring, I hired a student, and it was for my business then, Food at Night. So the guy works from, so the students I hired, they work from 9 p.m. till 1 a.m. 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. It's a good deal for a student. You work 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. I was paying 10K in 2017. 10K then was full monthly allowance. And all you have to do is work after school hours. Because then the business I was running starts at night. So I was delivering food to students in hostel at night. So my point is, when you are starting a business, it's not just enough for you to have the idea of the business you're running. You also need to have a clear idea of what is the need for other people that will partner with you. From staff to investors to any other person or partner. It's why you see a lot of people post videos. I hate those videos where, please help me now, buy from me, I've not eaten today. Nobody gives a fuck, especially not me. If you've not eaten today, what's my business? Did you ask me if I've eaten? Nobody's going to buy product from you because of you've not eaten today. So you see, if you want to run your business like that, become a beggar on the street. Maybe then you realize how much people actually don't care. So you cannot use that as a basis to run a business. Business is supposed to be mutually beneficial for both you, your staff, your investors, and everybody working on that business. Your customers should benefit, everybody should benefit. If it doesn't benefit everybody, you don't have a business. You need to tweak your business model so it's beneficial for everybody. If you don't want to hire people and you don't have money for salaries and you're hiring salespeople, right? You can call salespeople and say, hey, what's up? Oh, also let me recommend, there's a video Pachibet David on how to hire people and pay them when you're starting a company. So there's people you hire, you give them very little salary but high compensation, like salespeople. You can say, hey, come into the company, I have 50K to pay you for salary. But anytime you sell, you get 5%. And then the 5% is one sale, you get 5 million or 2 million or 500K. That's a good deal. So the person has to make sure he brings in customer. Or you are saying, oh, I'm bringing this guy, but I just have average salary, but it's a new guy, and then I can train you to get here. Make people offers. People are not unreasonable. I feel like I'm one of the few people that don't rant about staffs. I don't rant. Like you hardly. So I don't rant. When I start ranting about staff, I can rant about specific people, like when someone pisses you off. But I don't generally rant about, oh my God, in this country, it's how to do business. Employee go thief you money, they will do this. Oh my God. If you employ somebody, I have over, I think full-time staff, I have over 130 now. Contract staff, we have more than 300. I don't cry. Why? I know exactly how to do it. And then if somebody is not a good fit, I would rather fire the person than spend the rest of my life complaining and ranting and then now make it look like, oh, the whole Nigeria is like that. It is you. See, if a business is not watching this, it is not Nigeria. It is not the entire country that does not have good people. It is you. You don't know how to do it. If you are triggered, you should be. You don't know how. If you know how to do it, you won't be in such a position where every damn person you keep complaining. I think I would probably watch the part 2 and give more commentary on it, but I think so far this is my opinion on this video. Don't emotionally blackmail people to stay in your business. If they want to go, let them go. If they are violating their contract, sue them. It's really that straightforward. To be honest, you could have just negotiated with them and say, hey, what's up, you can pay one, stay the 1 month for notice, and this would have been done. Hope this video helped you, and then if you like my reaction, you can share with your friends, comment. do whatever you want. Make sure you subscribe. We'll be doing more reaction videos like this. Thank you.